So, and unfortunately, the best answer I can give you is it depends. So in today's video, which is the last video of the 30 videos in 30 days challenge, it is so sad. It's been really fun producing these videos, but let's get into it. So today we are talking about how to publish a book, but specifically we are talking about what is the cost of publishing and marketing your book. This is a topic that I could talk about for hours, but for the sake of brevity, I have 5 minutes. So, and unfortunately, the best answer I can give you is it depends. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on your genre. It depends on how saturated your market is. It depends on the marketing mix that you're choosing to do. It depends on how rough your writing is, how many rounds of edits you need before it's publishing ready. It depends on a lot of things. But let's break it down into some like general buckets of costs. And in terms of editing the book, you could, depending on how big the book is, again, because a lot of editors will base it off of the word count, and so you could end up paying upwards of $3,000 for editing if it's a really thick book and you need a lot of edits. So that is something you need to account for in your budget. Another thing that you need to account for in your budget is not just cover, like graphic design cover, but also other marketing collateral. Like, do you need physical marketing collateral like bookmarks or flyers or business cards or pamphlets or what have you, like, or even digitally, like, do you need marketing collateral for digital ads? Then you should probably have a relationship with a graphic designer, and that relationship with a graphic designer is going to be a couple $1,000s at least, if you are going to pay them what they're worth and want a more experienced graphic designer who knows what they're doing and can give those collateral materials to the varying specifications of the different social media platforms where you're going to be advertising off of, which then segues into ads. So your advertising budget, how long you're going to run the ads for, what marketing platforms you're going to use for ads will also determine what your budget is. Because if you're planning to run ads on every single platform, I think the minimum you're allowed to run on most of those platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Google and YouTube, I think the minimum is $5 a day. So if you're going to run $5 a day for at least 30 to 60 days, that is really bare minimum. 30 to 60 days leading up to your book launch, that's a couple $100s in advertising, and that's with bare minimum, operating on all platforms type of thing. If you are going to be doing more like promotional type stuff in terms of guest speaking or sponsored articles or what have you, in-person events, that's going to be different. If you're going to be doing like book boxes or a launch box for different influencers or different bloggers or whatever, that's going to be an additional expenses that you might have to organize on your own. The cost of that can vary widely. Another aspect is awards. Like, if you're going to submit your book to awards, those awards entries can cost anywhere from $25 to a couple $100s. So if you're going to put your indie book into awards, then you have to have a budget for that too, and you need to be putting your book into those award categories months in advance, like 6 to 8 months in advance. So there's a lot that goes into it, and your book deserves it. Your book deserves it. Your brand deserves it. So unfortunately, it really depends. But on the safe side, you'll want to budget about $10,000 for all of it, for a modest, which is pretty modest. Now, do people do that? No. And I'm sure there'll be people who fight me about this and talk about how, like, you can do it without it. Like, yeah, you can definitely publish a book without thinking about marketing and without thinking about building your brand and without thinking about, you know, what the aesthetics are. If you're like me and you've spent years writing this book, why would you then not put forth the extra effort to launch it as best as you can into the world? And that's what I'm here for. Like, I'm here to be your champion in putting your best foot forward for your book launch. So links are in the description below to book me for a power hour. I have my business email. If you are a literary agency or an indie publishing house and you need a consultant on call for your authors, I can do a custom consulting package for you. So just let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if this is overwhelming, and if it is, let me know what kind of videos I can do to help lessen that overwhelm, or book a consultation with me, and I would love to work with you. So without further ado, like this video, subscribe. This is the end of the 30 days and 30 videos challenge, but I will continue making content like this. So with that said, until next time.